92 FLEER. Let's switch into this one now. Clemens autograph is the chase card in here. Impromptu auction. Corey is horrified on this. I used to love 92 FLEER as a kid. I used to buy a crap load of them, and it got me nowhere in life, as you can imagine. I wish I would have bought a crap load of 92 FLEER update sets. Wasn't the case. Didn't buy a set of those until a couple years ago. But the Clemens inserts are cool. The All-Star inserts are cool. Everything else is kind of dreary. I don't know. I kind of like the design. I don't know why. Maybe because I have good memories of going to Johnny's Market and buying packs of 92 FLEER and pulling like Vinny Castilla rookie. But FLEER, I was just talking to Corey about this earlier. FLEER was always a very depressing series in general. Like outside of 1990, 89, after 1990, I mean, there's some good rookies in 1990. Thomas obviously was in the update set. 91 FLEER offers nothing. Horrible design. Offers nothing. The update set has Bagwell and Ivan Rodriguez, so the best rookies are in the update set. 92, obviously, there's really nothing in 92, the base set. Update has Piazza, Jeff Kent, Wakefield. And 93, there's nothing in the base set at all. Very bland design. Jim Edmonds, the best rookie card in the final edition update set for 93. 94, nothing in the base set. Alex Rodriguez in the update set. So, the base sets are just so boring. There's nothing to find in those. But we're looking for Clemens autograph in this box. Impromptu rip. So, I'm kind of upset about the classic best. I guess I'll have to put that aside until my science project of unbricking cards, the foolproof method, is finally figured out. But how about this, the same weekend, I think, a few weeks back? And I've never opened 92 FLEER on this channel, so jump for joy, because we're doing it tonight. 36 packs. All-Stars, Provisions are sick, of course. I always like those. 17 cards per pack. Clemens autograph. I don't think there's any listed on eBay either that I saw. I forget how many they're numbered to. Several thousand of these he signed. Rigged 93 Classic. Bricked. The truth is out there. Jose Lee in the back of the first pack, which you all know how I felt about that. But I thought this was a cool design at the time because there was nothing else out there like it. But there's nothing to get too excited about in this set. Ron Robinson. It was definitely different. Bobby Bowe and Will Clark sharing a moment together. There's a bunch of prospects that didn't really pan out. Andy Mota, Ricky Jordan, and Jose Lean. Corey says, that's how you sell a box break? There is really nothing in these. There really isn't, except for that Clemens is what we're after. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see a Randy McCammon for Paul L. if he's even in here. Robin Yountz, Jay Bell. Might be some funny photos in here, but most of them are action shots. Howard Johnson, league leaders. But there's the prospect cards. Like I said, Vinny Castilla, probably the most prominent rookie that you're going to find in 92 FLEER. But looking for insert cards, as in most 90s releases. We're going to find a whole lot in the base sets. Looking for inserts, primarily. Boom says the only way to really unbrick cards is to soak them for a week in water, then freeze the water, and after it is frozen, you smash the block of ice with a 5 or 10 pound sledgehammer. Might have to make a video on that. Paul L. put that on the list. Tom Bernansky, Chris Jones. Matthews. Greg Gagne. Roberto Hernandez rookie card. Mike Moore, and Jose Offerman. Paul's out of the amendment list tonight. Right under Jonathan H. Corey says. Paul L. is busy doing something. He's in here, though. Boom says this works almost every time. The old sledgehammer trick. I've used the hairdryer. I'm not going to pull a hairdryer out for 93 Classic. I've done that before for 2001 Bowman, the great hair dryer break. A while back, Henry Rodriguez, not a rookie card. His rookie card was a previous year. 92 Ultra Series 2 might be the worst set ever. 92 Ultra is pretty bad. I love those when they came out, though, because they were freaking awesome. Especially after seeing 91 Ultra. That set is just god-awful. Dave Steeb for Joe's Card Corral, who I don't think is in here. But that era just has so many awful designs and just awful sets nowadays. Moment, of course. And we're back. You guys see me again. Mark Guba's try refreshing your screen. I don't know what happened. I've had nothing but electronic difficulties today. Glonda Shields. Live from the basement. Can you see me again now? Smoltz, Alex Fernandez, and Alfredo Griffin. And in case you didn't see it, you missed out on a really good pack there. There was a Kevin McReynolds, indeed, in that pack. I've had all kinds of technical difficulties today. Not sure what's going on. I almost pulled an office space on my printer. I actually did that maybe about 2 weeks ago. I took my printer in my garage and smashed the hell out of it because it was pissing me off. So I went and bought a new printer, a different brand, and was having issues. I had like 20 packages to ship from last night's auction, and I printed like 15 labels, no problem. Then all of a sudden, it didn't want to print labels anymore. It just kept saying spooling, which pisses me off more than anything in this world. And almost had an Office Space moment. I did finally figure it out after smashing it a few times with my fist. But there was definitely all kinds of debris and glass in my garage I had to clean up after destroying the first printer. It was after years of dealing with that thing. There's a Henderson. Okay, Michael Bolton. Definitely a timeless movie. Joe Carter and Lee Smith, the league leaders. Nick West's goal for tonight. Remove a 92 FLEER box from existence. That is definitely the goal. Look for the Clemens autograph. Corey said I talked you off the ledge. Corey didn't actually talk me off the ledge. I figured it out on my own after he said that I wouldn't be able to. And he was trying to tell me to destroy the printer. But it was weird though, because I had to I was using Chrome, and it worked, like I said, it worked fine the whole way through it. And then I switched over to Firefox before I had a meltdown, and it printed fine off Firefox. So I don't know what was up with that. Our first Pro Visions card shows up. Robin Yount. And I don't know, every time I see this card, I think it's a bunch of moons. I don't know why. Obviously, it's baseball, but for some reason, they're all in the sky, so it looks like a bunch of different moons. I don't know. I love those Pro Visions cards. I don't like these ones as much as the ones from 91 with the black border, but those ones are still cool nonetheless. Walt Weiss. I definitely hated the hell out of him as a kid. Bobby Bonilla. I don't know why either. There's Robbie Alomar. Tyler says my printer works great, but I only ship 3 or 4 cards a week. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, it's not like I print a whole bunch of labels at once. I literally print a label every, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. And it'll just keep saying spooling, and then I'll have to go and run the troubleshooter. And the troubleshooter says there's nothing wrong. Then I print a test page, and there's nothing wrong. Then I go to print the label again, and it doesn't. It's the most frustrating, awful thing to ever experience. I hate it so badly. But at least I figured it out. Corey was sitting there, like, trying to talk me through it and just saying, just destroy it, man. Destroy it. Just don't ever do auctions again. Don't ship the rest of your stuff. I was like, I can't do that, man. I'm gonna work my way through this, and I figured it out, and here we are. Trevor Williams in the house. What is happening, man? It says 2010 was my first year of teaching. I didn't know much about cards. I accidentally gave away a Piazza 92 FLEER update and damaged Desert Shield. Oh, jeez, that is brutal. But what are you going to do, though? When we first get back in the hobby, I definitely think that most of us make mistakes like that, ever pay for cards. I appreciate that, Trevor Williams. But at least you could buy the Piazza back for not a whole lot of money now. I saw Kevin's cards, actually. I was at Kevin Cards recently. I did a video about it a couple weekends ago. He has a set of 92 FLEER update there. I don't know if he ships or not, but I think it was like, I don't know, was it $40 maybe? It was a really good price. Somewhere around there. I think the Piazza was off-center in the back, but it's typically a card I think you can pick up for around like $40 raw, maybe $50. I don't know what they're going for exactly right now, but that's definitely the biggest one in the set. And I love to go back into Beckett even now. So if you want something fun to do, take your Beckett Almanac, even from this year or last year. My Almanac from Beckett is from 2017 that I still refer to. But the 92 flip date set prices in there are so hilarious. They have all the rookie cards, and for whatever reason, there's like random guys like Todd Benzinger or whoever else that like Beckett values at like $1.50. Al Martin, like $1.50 or like more. Like, what is the reasoning for these prices right here? I don't understand it. These are literally have not changed since 1992. That's Phil Plantier's second-year card, but it is so funny to me. I love seeing it. Leo Gomez looks like he's like flailing his bat into the stands. And our first insert card shows up. It is Clemens, but is not autographed. These cards are cool though. There's definitely, I don't know how many's in the set. I forget off the top of my head, but this is number 3. And these are super hard to get in good grades, obviously, because of the black border and the edges. You can see the white chipping on this one. Probably from a mile away, but we found one. Not the one I'm after, though. Dave Valley, running for dear life. And we continue on. 1 Provisions card, 1 Clemens. I don't know if I should change the title of this video now. It's a big tease looking for these rare autographs. And I guess I can just change the 93 Classic Best to 92 FLEER instead. Terry Schumpert is going to start this pack off. We got Mikey G in the house. What is going on, man? It says, John, time to replace the dot matrix printer. Thank you for that, Mikey G. I know, I was like, maybe I should buy a more expensive printer, because I had an HP before, and I actually wish I kind of had a dot printer. The ones that you tear the sides off, those are sick. But I'm going to look into getting one of those. This is Sosa. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just buy a different kind. I had an HP before, and HP was awful. I would never buy one again. So I was like, I think I bought a Canon. I don't know if it's an Epson or a Canon, but it was like $75. I'm like, all I do is print labels on here, like once a week. I don't need anything fancy. Yeah, I wish I kind of would have spent a little more money, but like I said, I'm not doing anything too fancy. There's Comiskey Park. We got Bo Jackson on here with Frank Thomas. I forget about this card. I don't think I've seen that in a very long time. Number 701. It's a cool one, though. Kenny Lofton's second-year card. That is not a rookie, no matter what anyone tells you. Mike Pagliarulo. There's Paul L. now singing bingo. Ken Hill, Kyle Abbott, and a second-year bagpipes, as Corey insists on calling him. And I was pretty stoked today. I had some sort of epiphany, if you want to call it that, recently, where I decided that I was going to try to track down all the short prints from the early 90s. So starting in 1991, you have Jordan, you have the Henderson, Nolan Ryan in 91 Upper Deck. 92 has the Tom Selleck, the Deion Sanders. And I totally forgot that 93 has SPs in it. You have the 3,000 hits Robin Yount and George Brett card, SP5. So they're continued on from 91, 1 through 6. And then number 6, I don't think I've ever seen it. It's a Nolan Ryan last, what is it? The Ryan Express last run, or last ride, I think it is. SP6, I'm like, that's pretty sick. I want to get all those. I don't think they continued on in 94 per deck. I really doubt it. I'm almost positive there's no short prints in that set, but now I want to get all those. So I have a Jordan. I'm trying to get them all in 9s or above, but the Jordan 10s are like $500+ at least. So I'll settle for 9s. So I picked off the Tom Selleck Mr. Baseball card. I was super stoked about that because the pop on those is low. Not many people get them graded. They don't really ever surface. So I got that for, I forget, it was actually a viewer that sold it to me on YouTube, which was pretty freaking awesome. He gave me a good price on it. I think I paid around like $55 for a PSA 9. But that's one of my favorite cards ever. And the Robin Yount, George Brett, is, I remember Pack pulling that when I was a kid. And that was a freaking awesome moment too. So now I need to have that. There's a PSA 10 of it on eBay right now for like $50. So I'm going to get 1 through 6 of those. That's my next project, if you really want to call it that, because I can go get all of those in a matter of minutes. They're not hard to track down, really. But Cal Ripken Jr.'s Mark Grace. Taco Bell Robot is with us. I believe the Slick Willie 93 Trio plays an SP. Clemens. And this card is definitely somewhat suggestive, as we've seen before. Kevin Ward, and I'm sure you can tell why. There's Clinton Ray with the walked-in emoji. We actually have walked-in on standby, of course, in the background. Eventually, I will have a background and a setup that's not in my basement. If I ever get around to it. Dave Winfield, Danny Glad. Danny Gladden. I don't know what's going on in that card, but very fruity photo. Cal Eldred, probably would have pumped on that in 92. And Dwayne Ward. Travis D says, I opened my first walked-in last week. You mean the Series 3 box? Does this card make my bat look big? So Taco Bell Robot, actually, him and I squared off. Was it yesterday when I was there? And then again today, I went to the drive-thru. Don't Taco Bell for lunch and then went to Chipotle for dinner because I'm disgusting. But he was pumped. I pulled around to the drive-thru. He's like, "Hey, John," like, had this big smile on his face. And then he started saying something to me about his apartment because his apartment is like in the same exact building as my old store. It's all connected. And I couldn't understand what he was saying. He said it like 3 times. It was awkward. And then he gave me this weird smile. And then he stood there with the drive-thru window open, not saying anything, like just kind of looking at me into my car. Cliff Brantley, Frank Thomas, probably one of the best cards in this set. But it was a really awkward encounter and made me feel very uncomfortable. But and the first name basis is pretty cool, though. Joe Carter record setters. Joe Carter not in the Hall of Fame, as some people might have had you think a few years back. Rance Molinick shows up. The Baby Bird. Kevin Brown, Jody Reed, Rob Dibble. I used to hate him really bad. Willie Blair, I don't remember that card ever existing in 1992. And Sid Bream, after he betrayed us and went to the arch enemy, the Braves. Paul L. now singing Smash Mouth All-Star. That is absolutely awful. I think, was that last night I was playing that in a live stream? I can't believe I did that. And I can't believe it wasn't stuck in my head all day long, but now it is. One of the most god-awful songs to ever exist. There's a couple bad ones that were played last night. Chuck McElroy, we have an insert card. It's going to be Barry Bonds. That's pretty sick. And Barry Bonds, it's way off center, and he does not look happy about it whatsoever. Big insert set, though. 24 cards in here, and of course, the side is all chipped up. So, BCCG 10, I think so. But there's a Clemens again, base. Paul O'Neill from Mikey G. There's that suggestive Kevin Ward again. I can't get away from that card now. Mario Diaz, and the exact same freaking collation as before. Dwayne Ward. Kent Home Run Beck surfaces. So not the super exciting rip that we were hoping for tonight, but it's not through yet. Donald Harris shows up. I can't believe I've never opened a box of 92 FLEER on my channel. But another box I've never opened too. I think was 90. Did I do 92 Topps Kids? I can't remember. Paul L. Did I ever open that years ago? Travis E says the old bait and switch. Barry Larkin. I know I should put something crazy on there. I do have some new hobby boxes. I do want to open some of those. I think tomorrow night I'll do Jam Packs, the old school box maybe, or maybe the best of both worlds. I'm not sure which one yet. I'll do one of those, and then weekend recap. I have a more modern product rip next week for Turn Back the Clock Tuesday, but we're going to be going back to 2015. So opening 2015 update. I bought a whole bunch of Gravity packs at a card show last weekend. I was like, that's pretty sweet. There's some decent rookies in there. And they're cheap, so it'll be a cheap rip, cheap break. It's one I have not opened before. 5 cards per pack. I think I got 46 packs or something like that, 48 packs of them. But we'll split those up and rip those. Lindor rookie card. I think Carlos Correa's in there. Eddie Rosario. Johnson. Greg Gerbeck. That's an interesting looking card. Ramon Martinez looking an awful lot like Will Smith in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air days. And Ozzie Guillen. I'm pretty sure Ramon Martinez and Will Smith are now the same person after seeing that card. Yeah, Chris Bryant. I think there's like some rookie debuts in there because Chris Bryant's real rookies in the base set. There's Kent, Home Run Beck. Jim Acker, Walt Weiss once again, and Mark Lee. Card's definitely kind of awkward. Bonilla, Brady Anderson. Felder, Jeff Montgomery, Brian Harvey League Leaders. Bob Hamlin, his rookie cards in 1990. It was definitely a hot one back then. Stroking his Louisville Slugger. Only one All-Star card. I'm thinking about picking up a hobby box of 2023 as well. I keep seeing everyone open it, and I'm like really jealous because I want those rookies out of there. So I think I've seen that you can get boxes of those off of eBay for like $83 shipped. So if I do that, might rip that open too, as if anyone wants to see me open new product. I don't think so. There's the Hawk for Corey. Eckersley, back-to-back. Cedric Landrum. haven't said that name in a very, very long time. Forgot that he existed. And we have the many moons of Robin Yount now surfacing once again. The only Provisions card to show up. Harold Reynolds and Gary Pettis. Of course, this truly is baseball card ASMR. Yeah, I never did start that ASMR channel. But the comedy channel is alive and well. I bought a lemonade stand recently, so I probably said too much already, but that is going to be coming very, very soon, I think. Eric Caro's second year card. Dave Steve once again, same exact collation. Francisco Cabrera. And another insert card. Who's it going to be? Moment of truth. Is it going to be a Clemens autograph? It is going to be a Clemens. Somebody give me a freaking drum roll. It's not autographed. It's very off-center. So I'll hang my head in shame and put that in the background for the remainder of the video. And we still got like, I don't know, close to half a box left, I'd say. I'm having the time of my life opening 92 FLEER, and I hope that you are as well. There's hours and hours of 90 or 23 tops already. I'll take 92 FLEER all day. That's a good point. There's not a whole lot of 92 FLEER out there, probably. I just want to open it for myself to get the rookies out of there. Thought the Shields for Corey's PC. Smoltz, I figured instead of ripping by myself, I actually may rip it by myself. It's been, I don't know. I still open stuff without filming it. It's kind of nice to do that sometimes. But at the same time, it's fun to open cards with everybody else, too. LCS wanted $25 a pack for 2023 Jumbo. That's pretty crazy. I don't think they go for that much. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Because I think boxes of those are like $250, something like that. Joe C says, I ordered the best of both worlds to come to my hotel room, but it wasn't cards. I'm pretty sure Joseph C. actually did that to his friend before. Ordered a tranny to a hotel room. I was positive he told me he did that. That's definitely not the best of both worlds, not the kind of best of both worlds that you want. Definitely want to avoid that, unless you're into that thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Lee Smith, League Leaders. That was a Seinfeld reference, by the way. Joel Johnston, Pendleton, Bill Swift, and Milt Kyler ends that pack. 23 Jumbos could hit $300 if any of the rookie cards or any of the rookies have a hot early spring. I wouldn't doubt it, man. I did buy a Holly box of 2022 update. I just kept sealed. My sealed wax collection. I bought a whole bunch of blasters, so I think I got all the major rookies out of there. There's some chromes that I still want to pick off, like J-Rod Chrome and stuff like that, but I didn't really mess with any of the chrome packs. Of course, I just purchased my number 500 Delata Shields card tonight. That's pretty crazy, because Delata Shields has like 700 cards total in his entire like career. Maddox, another insert card. This time it's going to be Clemens. Is it going to be an autograph? Nope. Getting real used to that disappointment. Number 3 now shows up. George Bell. Joe Sluzarski. Foot over border. Mike Humphreys. And look, we got a Griffey. That's sick. I love this card. I completely forgot about this one. It's been quite a while since I've seen it. Trevor says, Jam Pack stole best of both worlds from Hannah Montana and R. Kelly. That's a sick card, though. Maybe that's why I thought the Robin Yount had moons in the background, because this one does. I like that one. Number 709. It's a pretty sick one. We're putting that in the background. If you can see the background of my freaking glare in my dungeon room. Esteban Beltre. Edgar Martinez, Chuck Knobloch, and or Chuck Kobloch. Arms, what just happened, man? Adam says you should do box opening of 2001 Upper Deck. Ovation. Those are beautiful cards. I'll have to look into that. I don't know how long they made Ovation for, but I got an advertisement for it in Sweet Spot that opened recently for 06. Definitely never opened Ovation. Upper Deck had so many different series they released in 2000s. But that may be one I have to look into. We'll do 2015 update, rip those packs, and then get some other different boxes. See what else we can find. Nothing too crazy, though. I think I'm done doing Sweet Spot. Sweet Spot boxes are just too expensive, and I feel like they're not enough return close to it for what they cost. They're better left sealed. Joe Redfield, Kamenecki, Benito Santiago. There's Billy Doran. I still see that Billy Doran 92 tops at the local antique mall. There's Kevin Bass. And I think it's like $9. It's so funny because like the showcase is it's all disheveled. Like the Billy Doran, like the little paper that he had there that said like whatever it said, like his draft year. I don't know why that was on like the price tag, but that was like the Billy Doran's like knocked halfway across the showcase and the price tag's over here. So, but you still see it was $9 at one point. There's a Greg Swindell 92 tops in there. I hope to be going out this weekend and finding, I don't know, maybe some new places or just some random stuff, some ridiculous prices even. I'll be starting a new series on here pretty soon, like maybe a monthly series regarding ridiculous prices, I think. At least I've talked about it, but that was a few weeks ago and nothing's been done so far. No progress has been made. So Paul L., you might want to put that on the list. I think that was actually on the list years ago. Kevin Brown, imposter Kevin Brown, Sutcliffe, Mike Jackson, there's Tom Glavine, Alvarez, Socha, Cliff Brantley, once again, the Thomas, I do like that card a lot, and Candy Audie. I can't even picture the Griffey in this set. We haven't seen a Nolan Ryan. Not really seeing a whole lot of star players in here. Billy Doran used to live near me in the 80s. Lived a middle-class lifestyle because he said, you never know when your career will end. Well, that's definitely some wise words. The price is alive. Tango quoting me. Nothing has been done. It's rarely that anything gets done around here. But, you know, what can I say? I got Carmen distracting me all the time. It's tough to get things done. Mike Dalton, Scott Aldred, Marquise Grissom, Franco, Mark Lewis, Tim Wallach. There's Kevin Brown again. And the exact same collation as before. And that glare is pissing me off. So we're moving this over here. And that will hopefully be fixed here in the next year once I move my YouTube setup into my new toy room that's still not set up or anywhere near it. One of these days, we'll get there. So, no sign of the Clemens yet. Brian Charles, what's happening, man? Mo Vaughn shows up, though. I think Mo Vaughn is doing something with real estate these days. Billy Hatcher, there is Geronimo Pena. There's the Hawk once again for Corey Eckersley. So those two are always together. Another All-Star card is Ken Griffey Jr. I think it's going to be. That is pretty freaking sick. Freaking hot box here. The Provisions and now this one. I've never seen this card, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Second to last card of the set. And there's not like too much black chipping to this one. So that is definitely a sweet card. And it's not way off center like some of those other ones. But Important Nights ICP. Let's go. Two Griffies. Very nice. Like that one a lot. And two Griffies in one pack. We have another Provisions coming up. That is freaking awesome. Some good luck right now. I'm glad that we opened this. Finding these Griffies instead of possible Barry Bonds autograph. But I am satisfied with that. Three Griffies now. Two in the same pack. That's pretty sick. Pushing Butts is rigged. Sweet says, I feel you, John. I bought my house 2 years ago and spare room is still full of boxes I never unpacked. It's overwhelming because I've said it before, but like I moved in, I didn't get a chance to unpack everything because there's so much. And then once, you know, I was still trying to deal with that, then the store closed down. So then I'm bringing all this inventory in, like wax and like singles and everything, trying to find places for that. So now I'm trying to unpack all of that. And then our skate park closed down. So now I'm moving stuff out of the skate park into my garage. But eventually I'll get there. Eventually. Ripken, Provisions, that card was always sick too. We got back-to-back in this pack. That's sick. Frank Thomas now, that card was always freaking awesome. So these are so cool. And FLEER boxes, I paid $20 for this. So for a fun rip from something from your childhood to pull these cool inserts, these Griffies and stuff, freaking awesome. I'd much rather do that than, you know, go buy a very expensive Holly box and pull some relic of some guy I never heard of. Ozzie Smith. Which is usually what happens when I open expensive boxes. There's Big Mac. I believe all my Big Mac collectors and enthusiasts have abandoned me on this channel. And we're down to 2 little stacks. But what a cool payoff from 92 FLEER. Forget 2023 tops. I have no idea what the production numbers are. I'm sure they're I don't know, millions, 2 million, something like that. But I have to keep up with the rookies, though. It's just, I don't know. I wasn't all about it the last few years, like buying new packs. I just like kind of was over that, didn't care about it. But I really like that feeling of buying a new product, looking for like the hottest rookies. So I need to experience that by buying. I don't know. I'll buy blasters probably. I don't know if I'll get a hobby box of 2023. Probably cheaper to do that. Vinny Cassidy, the best rookie in the base set. Todd Hundley was once the best rookie, basically in 1990 sets. Gibson, John Kruk, and Glenn Allen Hill. First name so small you can barely even see it. To end that pack. 8 packs remain. 8 more chances for a Clemens autograph. I've seen 3 career highlights so far. Brian Charles says, how are you involved in the skate park? I just had stuff that we took out there, so it wasn't really my situation, my operation. The old place was ours. We have this big building we rented out, and then they sold that place, and then my buddy and I got another place in the complete opposite direction of the county. And we had that for like 2 years and didn't really do anything with it. And then I kind of passed it off to another buddy of mine. He took it and built all this cool stuff in there. So I took some of my things in there, and now they're in my garage. Barely put my car in there. Yeah, so just one thing after another. Chico Walker, we got another all-star card here. It's Jose Canseco. Pretty sick. These are cool cards, though. I like these a lot. The final card of the set. So Canseco shows up now. Put that in the background. Joseph C. says, do you mind if I ask Carmen out for, for some Chipotle and chill? Perhaps you guys can share the Shaq Pepsi like Lady the Tramp. And for anyone who wonders who Carmen is, I guess we might as well say what's up to Carmen amongst the wreckage and debris. Got everything in the background there. The Shaq Pepsi is right there. 2 straws for Joseph C. and for Carmen. And a big old freaking mess over here. And there's Carmen right there. So Carmen acquired at a flea market years back for $5. The frame alone is sick, but I think it's from the 30s, I believe. Somebody looked it up a while back, but still a giant freaking, still a giant mess in here. So that's Carmen. She said she'd get back to me on that, Joe. So I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for a response. But why is your TV backwards? That's just a spare TV. I was just brought in here when I moved in. I never really noticed that, but yeah. It's a spare TV just sitting there. I don't know what I'll do with it, honestly. I might put it, there's a full bar down here too, but it's covered in card boxes. So I don't know if I'll mount the TV on the bar or what. It's an older TV. It's a really nice one though. It's a Sharp. Someone was going to recycle from Best Buy years ago. I'm like, I'll take that instead. I think it was supposed to be a monitor a long time ago. The picture was always nice, and just a nice TV in general. Mike Christopher and his scraggly little mullet. Al Newman. Corey says, you could do a live stream organizing and picking up your shit and would have 200 people in here watching. Well, probably because you never know what you're going to find amongst all the debris laying down here. Just all kinds of cool goodies everywhere. I'm half tempted to like give you a walk around the room and show you like just all kinds of cool stuff. I keep finding stuff. I'm like, ooh, I forgot I had that. Like I was looking through a box the other day. I'm like, oh, I forgot I bought Chipper Jones Desert Shield. That was in there. I almost put it out for an auction last night. I pulled it. I was like, oh, Chipper Jones rookie. Okay, I'll throw that in the auction. I'm like, whoa, that's the Desert Shield. Not selling that. Randomly in a box. The nice thing about having a whole bunch of junk laying around is that you never, you forget what you have. And then refinding it is like buying it all over again. The excitement returns. It's pretty sick. Sean says, hey, I've been watching you on TV, planning on paying you for membership. Well, I appreciate you being here, man. The membership, just there's not really a whole lot to channel memberships. It's just kind of a way to include yourself into the live streams, and you get access to the emojis that I need to update, actually. There's like a Mike Walkton emoji, Don West, and several other ones. I'm going to try to do that here real soon. Strawberry. Every once in a while, I'll do a giveaway on there. I forget what I did. I think I did one in December last year and gave away something. Can't remember what it was. I think it was it a Mike Piazza? Was it the 92 FLEER Update slab, maybe? Paul Molitor and Brett Butler together. Travis D with the Mike Walkton emoji. It sucks because they're so small in there. Like, you have to upload a picture and then like reduce the size of it to like 1 megabyte, I believe, on Photoshop. And the last time I was trying to upload them onto YouTube, it like wasn't working out for me for some reason. I don't know why. Jerry Manley, what's happening, man? Says towards storage and cleaning products. Thank you very much, man. That will go a long way down the dungeon. I appreciate that. Eric Gunderson. I know the last time I did a toy room tour, I think people were pretty horrified by it. I don't know if it's gotten worse or better since then. I think I made that video private too. Craig Biggio, does anybody remember the toy room tour? There's a link to Jerome Manley. Parentheses, Lysol contribution. Carmen emoji is free. Oh, it's glorious. I like that, Nick. I should upload an actual true Carmen emoji. Need to get her to be more interactive in here. Mark Whitten, Matt Williams. So we got, what, 3 packs left. Another Vinny Castilla rookie card. Rob Deere. Talking about robots as a toy room tour scarred me for life. Imagine moving all that out of there. Like, I think it was days later. Or maybe even weeks later, but I had to move all that out of there. It was awful because I didn't have any boxes, so definitely didn't have enough boxes. That was absolutely miserable. And still very, very slowly unpacking all of it. 3 packs left. There is the big units. Craig Gerbeck again. Will Smith, Donald Harris. Of course, whenever I see that mess, I sit up and rock back and forth in my bed. Mike Timlin, Rivera, and Glenn Davis, who I was once super pumped on. For some reason, Tango says intervention. Let's have an intervention. Meet me at Chipotle or Taco Bell. Either one will work for me. So here's what we've produced so far with 2 packs remaining. I'm half tempted to open a box of Star Minor League cards, but I might save it. I'm very obsessed with finding out what we can pull from there. Jerome says, "Let's see the toy room. We can help you. We can help you plan it. You guys should help me plan it." We'll see. I have wood paneling on the walls, which at first I was like, I'm gonna put drywall up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that. Wood paneling is as retro as it gets. Freaking rules. I need to embrace that. That is who I am. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna put on the walls yet. I haven't put anything up like decoration wise. I still have a dining room table. There's a lot of stuff I still don't have. One of these days, I'm going to get around to getting a dining room table, though. Brian Harvey, Bob Hamlin. One of these days, we're going to fix that. David Cohn and Donnie Hill. Storm Davis. Petrali, Barry Jones, Melvin, and Dennis Rasmussen. Tack and autograph pick of the Green Ranger. That'd be sick, actually. I love wood paneling. People always tear it out. They do, and that's kind of why I like it. I don't know. It's very retro, and the embodiment of what I represent. So why would I get rid of that? You know, I need to preserve it and embrace it. I did talk about robots since I think I saw the same wood paneling in a in a video from the 70s featuring Ron Jeremy. That's very, very possible. I do not doubt it. Final pack of this rip. Are we going to find a Clemens autograph? Mike Greenwell. There's Eric Davis. Half pipe in the basement bar. I wish, man. I definitely have thought about putting a skate park in the backyard, though. I'm definitely still considering it, like putting a big slab of cement out there that doubles the patio and making it as like a smaller skate park. Might not be this coming year, but maybe next year. That is definitely something I'm going to think about. Ted Wood. I remember being real pumped on Ted Wood. His 93 Donruss card. For some reason, I was stoked on that. I think I had it in a top loader at one point. That was probably urine-stained yellow. BJ Surhoff and Andy Van Slyke is going to end that rip. 92 FLEER in the books. Once and for all. I don't know if I'll ever open 92 FLEER again on this channel. Maybe for this series. So the series is all about opening older boxes that are affordable for everybody and trying to find some of these elusive and legendary chase cards, autographs. And this one definitely delivered. I don't know why I moved them all off the screen like that. But this one delivered some nice cards, though. Very nice. So I'm pretty stoked on what came out of there. 3 Griffies, pretty freaking awesome. No Griffey base for some reason. I don't know why. No Nolan Ryan base either, but I'll take the overall results. Silver Foxman for 2 months says, did you get my TPI care package or did the robots? You know what? I don't know if I got your care package or not. I'll have to double check. I got a bunch of mail recently, and there's some that I didn't open yet, so I'll have to double check. I appreciate that, man. If it wasn't the robot, it was definitely the mailman who got it, who'll be making a comeback here real soon. Floyd Fences, if you need some spare 2023 rookies, let me know. I got dupes of most except Michael Harris, and I'll probably get another one sometime. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, too. I need Michael Harris, Adley Rushman, Riley Green. I want all the big rookies, but I kind of like to have all the rookies in general, and then I'll put the bigger ones, the more prominent ones in my rookie box, and then the other ones, lesser-known ones of the other guys, and put those in a different rookie box. And if they, pan out, go back and grab those at a later date. But thanks, Floyd Fan. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna grab some 2023 here real soon when I see it. But that is it for this episode of Needle and WaxStack. Like I said, tomorrow night, I'm going to hopefully do Best of Both Worlds. Saturday, maybe we will open something newer. If it's not newer, maybe we will open something from 1989 in the form of Star minor league cards. And Sunday, I hopefully have a weekend recap for you. And then 2015 update is on the agenda for the next rip. So that is about it, guys. Thank you guys all for being here and watching. If you want to grab yourself a box of 92 FLEER, have at it. You can get them for like $20 on eBay and see if you could pull that elusive Clemens. If you have ideas for future rips for this series, drop them down below in the comments. All right, guys. Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow night.